Hi everyone, this is Bryn, and you are listening to an audio version of the Ultimate Bridal blog presented by Columbia City Bridal. A blank sheet of paper equals endless possibilities. Michael Scott. Bryn. This is episode 13, Dunder Mifflin. What kind of person would I be if I didn't add an office reference somewhere? Okay, so let's get into paper. When it comes to invitations and save the dates, there are three options. One, you go all paper. Two, you go all digital. Or three, you go both paper and digital. So whichever way you prefer is up to you and your budget. However, if you plan on going digital, you may want to consider having a paper version for the less techie people. After all, while it may be obvious to you how to work your wedding website to RSVP, that may not be the case for someone who is elderly. So whether you go digital or paper, your invitations and save the date should match the theme or aesthetic of your wedding. You can choose a template and fill in your information by using a site like Minted, or hire someone to create it all for you from their brick and mortar. Save the dates. Save the dates are an important piece that you won't want to forget. They should include the date you are getting married, the general location, and your wedding website. You should send them out 6 months in advance, but even earlier if your wedding falls on or near a holiday. Invitations. When it comes to your invitations, you will want to send them out a month to a month and a half before your wedding. There are loads of templates and suggestions online on how to word your invitations, and it is up to you to determine what would be best. Just take into consideration the feel of your wedding and how formal or informal it will be. This is just a friendly reminder of some things you will want to include on and with your invitations. That includes what is on your wedding website. 1. You and your spouse's name. 2. The wedding date. 3. The time. 4. The locations. 5. Where to find more information, and give one or two examples of what that information would be. So for example, your wedding website and your registry, the schedule events, etc. 6. Any directions if you find that necessary. 7. Schedule of events. 8. Registry. 9. RSVP, accept or decline. 10. Stamped and addressed envelope for RSVP. 11. Food choices, if applicable. 12. A space to list any dietary restrictions for a guest. 13. Accommodations. 14. Recommended music. 15. The bridal party. 16. How the bride and groom met. 17. Pictures of the couple. Just FYI, if you are having guests pre-select their meal, most RSVP cards will ask for guests to initial which meal they want. A lot of people will follow directions, but you still will have some who do not. If you want to take a guess whose checkmark belongs to who, or if you want to ask them, that is up to you. I highly suggest, though, that it is reworded and designed different to help save you time later in trying to play a game of Guess Who. For example, you could have the meal name with a long line next to it instead of a short one the size of a check mark. This will make guests look twice, look at the directions, and write their full name instead of checking it off, hopefully. Once you send out invitations, you will need to be patient. Many people will respond right away, and others may never. When there is a few days before the RSVP date, have someone reach out to the non-responders or do it yourself real quick. The slight inconvenience of reaching out is worth it because of how important it is to know if someone will be attending or not. Also, just be aware that on average, 20% of invited guests will RSVP no. Programs. Many couples choose to have programs at their wedding. It's one way to include someone special to you because they can pass them out. Programs give some information on the people in the ceremony, what music is played and in what order, and may also have reception information on it. If you are on the fence about having programs, try to think if they can be repurposed for anything to help you make your decision. For example, if you have an outdoor wedding, you could attach a popsicle stick on the end and use it as a fan. If you do get programs, you'll want them to match your invitations. It also wouldn't be a bad idea to have someone collect programs from guests who do not want to keep them and have them recycle or save them for you afterwards. Seating charts. When you have assigned tables for guests, you will need to have some type of system to communicate who goes where. Regardless of how you choose to go about this, it is recommended that names are in alphabetical order and then the table number listed next to it. It is easier and quicker for guests to find their name alphabetically than it is to go through each table and look for it. Nameplates. It is highly recommended that there are assigned seats and/or tables at the reception. Nameplates not only identify who sits where, but will keep track of the meal that they picked if it is a plated dinner. Dot stickers work well for this, or having a little picture of the main course, cow, chicken, pig, plant, will do the trick as well. Nameplates can be as simple as paper folded over, or it can be a keepsake like a polished rock with the guest's name on it. You can have nameplates printed from websites like Minted, or they can be all handwritten. Overall, there are lots of options when it comes to the save the dates, invitations, programs, seating charts, and nameplates. Just remember to have them all match the design and have all important information included.